They say the era of radars is over. Welcome to the technologies that will rule the world. It is no secret that Russia has started to emerge as the leading military-industrial power in the world, and every day that passes brings a new weapon that surprises Moscow's Western rivals, putting them in a state of concern and astonishment. The sanctions imposed on Russia do not make it weak or vulnerable. Instead, they enhance its ability to produce weapons at a remarkable and rapid pace, which continues to astonish the world. What has been decisive in shaking European confidence is Russia's development of a technology that will change the face of military confrontation between Russia and the West. In fact, it is likely to dethrone the United States from its position as the leader of space dominance and immediately install Russia in its place. So, what is the weapon that has put the Europeans in a state of fear? And is this related to the communication between European leaders and Putin? No more satellites or drones. A terrifying new weapon system enters service in Russia. It can be said that Russian air defense systems have proven their superiority over other countries worldwide. Neither the Iron Dome was as successful, nor did the Patriot system show its worth against missiles from Russia's primary rival. But when it comes to Russian air defense, it must be acknowledged. The production trajectory of Russian military equipment can be summarized in two main stages: the S-350 as the peak stage, and the second stage, which can be named as you wish. In fact, the S-350 air defense system caught the attention of the entire world, particularly Europe and the United States, because it is capable of dealing with enemy targets on its own without radars or reconnaissance drones. It is a fully integrated, unique system in itself because it is the first system to rely on artificial intelligence in its operation. The S-350 air defense missile system is a multi-channel mobile system designed to protect government, administrative, industrial, military installations, and military formations from modern, advanced airstrikes. Located in the Far East, Russia has showcased its military capabilities for years. In another dispute concerning the S-350 missile system, Washington threatened to withdraw from the 1987 Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, claiming that the new Russian missile violates the treaty. The system features the Vityaz self-propelled launch vehicle, a radar device that covers a 360-degree area, and a mobile command center. The system can destroy targets at distances up to 60 kilometers and altitudes of around 30 kilometers. It can target 16 targets instead of just 4, and its most important feature is the 12 missiles in its launch vehicle, compared to the 4 missiles in the older S-300 system. Although work on this system began in 2007, it only gained significant attention after its participation in the special military operation in Ukraine. Its most notable appearance was when the S-350 system, for the first time in history, discovered, tracked, and destroyed Ukrainian aerial threats automatically without any human intervention from the operator. This operational mode was tested under combat conditions for the first time in the world, and several Ukrainian fighter jets and drones were shot down using the system's missiles. The crew of the system only controls its operation during combat operations, meaning that the automatic mode operates based on the principle of not overriding the artificial intelligence decisions of the system. In other words, the operator simply does not intervene, and the operational algorithm chosen by the device itself functions. Vityaz simultaneously worked in both active and passive radar modes, which increased the system's resistance to noise and improved its ability to detect and classify targets. Perhaps the launch of this system's missiles was a warning to NATO and the US before attempting to breach Russian airspace, especially after the Russian Ministry of Defense announced the interception of 2 US B-1B strategic bombers flying over the Baltic Sea and preventing them from violating Russian airspace. Russia had previously declared that the Baltic Sea would not become what NATO calls an internal sea, stating, "Let them dream, but dreams don't hurt." As for Germany, it does not want to face a heavy confrontation with Russia. With the appearance of the new air defense system, diplomatic action by Germany was inevitable. The German chancellor plans to speak with President Putin once again, suggesting the possibility of resuming communication between them. His last call with the Russian president was a long time ago, but he plans to contact Putin again soon. During that call, which lasted for an hour, the German chancellor pushed for the withdrawal of Russian troops from Ukraine while accusing the Russian leader of following destructive policies. Since then, tensions between Moscow and Berlin have risen, especially after Germany's decision to send German-made heavy combat tanks to Ukraine. Earlier, it was stated that there were no scheduled phone calls with the German chancellor on the Russian president's agenda, but at the same time, it was confirmed that Putin remains open to communication. Europe is in chaos, as Western media reports. France is dealing with its problems, Germany is in decline, and even Serbia and Kosovo are in a real crisis at the borders. The Serbian president has declared a general mobilization. All of this is connected to Russia, directly or indirectly, and Moscow's military capabilities are forcing them to make some concessions, or at least that's how Russian viewpoints see it. The European position today is the S-350. Yesterday, it was nuclear submarines, and tomorrow, it might be even harder for the old continent.